Okay guys, so welcome to today's video. This is all about gym work, how you can start doing gym work, exercises that you might want to start to include when you go to a gym, at home, etc. Gym for runners, one of the most important parts of the entire program, builds strength, builds robustness, stops you getting injured, improves your power to weight ratio, improves your technique, can improve your flexibility. Start to include gym in what you're doing. This first video can be part of a series that gets you to a place that perhaps you can go from beginner's gym to intermediate gym to advanced gym. It's quite quick fire. I go through the exercises, I talk you through some of the exercises, how many sets you might do, how many reps you might do, how long you might hold a certain exercise for. But don't be afraid to pause it, take some notes, write down the kind of program that might work for you. Consider which parts of your body perhaps break down currently, calves, hamstrings, quads, etc. And then tailor the exercises to suit you. I don't do a lot of upper body strength because I gain muscle quite quickly, but you can superset some of these exercises with some press-ups, some pull-ups, some plank, and that'll develop some upper body strength. So let's get into the video and enjoy the gym work. Okay guys, so let's get into it. Look, gym isn't everybody's favorite, but it's very, very important. Start off with some stretching. I've give you some example stretches here, but work on the parts of your body that you know break down. I go for hips, I go for hamstrings, I go for glutes, and then I work on those obliques because that's where my breathing works the most, all around the diaphragm, the obliques, etc. Stretching is not a sport. You're not trying to force it. You're just trying to get your flexibility back to a good place. You want symmetry on both sides, and you just want to make sure that by doing all this training, running, gym, etc., that you're basically not getting all shriveled up, and so help the body open itself back up. It'll really appreciate it. It's very, very helpful. Then I move into some foam rolling, as you can see here. I go through the main muscle groups, calves, hamstrings, quads, lateral quads, lower back, heaps more full foam rolling routine on joggingroom.com. Then we move into some basic warm-up exercises in terms of calf walks, heel walks, shin walks, and this is now some TheraBand stuff. So we've kind of gone from opening the body up a bit with stretches into some sort of movement patterns with our calf walks, and now we're into TheraBand work. This is what's going to get the muscles firing and switched on before you start your gym exercises. Very, very important. Exercise number 1, get that hip locked and drive the knee up towards the elbow. Keep the chain up nice and tall, face pointing forward. Pogos, you're going for speed off the ground and height. Don't prioritize either, but try to be quick and try to get up high. Glute bridge double leg. Get your pelvis tucked, make sure your glutes are nice and contracted, and hold it. If you're a beginner, only do double leg, but you can progress to single leg, but don't allow that hip to collapse, don't allow those glutes to collapse. Keep it all in a good place. Hamstring walkouts. Similar to the glute bridge, get yourself up nice and tall and then slowly march the legs out. But don't try to come back in because that can put a lot of strain on the body. Then we've got a long lever glute bridge. So this is kind of targeting, my God, you can see it, the hamstring, but it's also allowing you to work your glute a little bit as well. So bit of hamstring, bit of glute, get that pelvis tucked under and hold your core nice and solid. Adductor long lever. If you're a beginner, please start with your knee on the ball and not your ankle. This is an intense exercise, but I think a lot of runners really struggle with adductor issues, and so really work on this. I'm also up there in a side plank, as you can see, and so we're getting a little bit of upper body work done as well. With all these exercises, progress gradually. Don't do too many sets or reps until you're used to it. Bird dog. It looks simple, but what you're trying to do is keep a straight line between hips, lower back, neck, etc. So don't rush it. Get the pelvis tucked. Now we've moved into dead bugs. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Very good exercise. This actually really starts to work the core, but it's a good one. Very difficult exercise coming up. opposite arm, opposite leg, pushing against that knee for resistance, but this works the core a lot, as you can see. Okay, so now we've moved into kettlebell lunges. Try to keep the body and the chest up nice and tall. I use 2 kettlebells, but this is a very simple exercise. Just keep a fairly long lever, chest up nice and tall, head pointed forward. We're doing our usual, we're tucking the pelvis, and then we're coming up and we're doing some hamstring curls. Very, very difficult. If you're new to gym, stick to double leg hamstring curls. You don't need to move to single leg hamstring curls. Also, the reps and the sets is a guideline, and if you want to just start with 1 rep and 1 set, that's fine. See how the body responds. Okay, so single leg RDLs. I think this is a brilliant exercise for athletes. This is all hamstring, but try to keep control around that hip. So I'm not the best at it, but you want to pivot from the hip, which means it kind of all becomes one movement. So as your body moves forward, the leg drops out the back. But only go as far as you can sort of feel that you're still in control, and don't force it. Trust me, you will feel this working. It hurts and it's hard. Okay, so I think this is brilliant given the new advances in technology with shoes. We really need to be working on our balance muscles a little bit more because the shoes nowadays aren't necessarily giving us the same structure and support that they used to. It's just a Bosa balance. You stand and get your balance. Very slow controlled step up, all the weight going through the heel, chest and head up nice and tall, looking forward. Very slow down, very slow up. Now we've moved into more of an active step up. You can see that right foot planting down on the box and driving up. That goes into a knee drive, and then at the top, you want to pause. This is not a get up there and then lose your balance. It's up, pause, knee up nice and tall, core contracted, chest up nice and high, head pointing straight forward. If you're reckless, it's because you're likely lifting too much weight. So now we lunge back, a clean lunge, hip drive. I really like this exercise because I think I get really tight hips. Well, I know I do. So this kind of combines that flexibility with strength. I get to open that hip up. I get to work on my balance in my lunge, but then I also get to work on that quick force knee drive up to the box. I have a nice soft pad on the box, and that really helps with just a bit of cushion under the foot. Okay, so everybody's favorite. This is just a kettlebell squat. All I can say here is keep the chest up nice and tall. Don't lift too heavy a weight, and keep those knees outward. Don't let them cave in. And bloody well done. Good job. Okay, so look, today's video was less about why you should do gym, the benefits of gym, what it's going to do for your running, and more a faster video in terms of just start doing some of these exercises. Be careful with the technique, do a good warm-up, and you'll start to see why gym is so important. I often think, go out on the trails, build fitness, go in the gym, win medals. Stay healthy, stay consistent, get your fitness to a place that you can win medals. That's what the gym does for your running. Everybody loves going for a run. Not everybody loves going to the gym. But separate yourself from the crowd and be one of those different athletes on the start line that's super prepared. If you want to know more about gym work, psychology, nutrition, all this good stuff, how to train, how to execute training, how to recover properly, etc., go to joggingroom.com. I also just set up it's a subscription, but it's a subscription on YouTube where I can analyze sessions, debrief how training's going towards that Olympics. If you want to check that out, you can also check that out. But have a great day, start to do your gym work, and take care.